All right, so that brings us to the final video in the Experience Network Professional series. It's just kind of a rebranding of myself and a evaluation into where I want my career to go. I've found myself working remote due to the pandemic, and it just happened to be like this wonderful thing for me in a lot of ways. So I want to shape my career to make that something that's going to be a big part of it. So I've got all of these new directions I can go to kind of diversify myself and make myself to leverage my existing experience for sure, but to also make sure that I'm uh, continuing forward. So like a big one is Azure. I think Azure is because Microsoft, they were the first with their Bing search engine. They were the first one to release GTP4. So like Azure, like that's where all that AI and like cutting edge stuff is going to be used when it comes to like network engineering and stuff is in their product Azure, which is a yeah, so it's a cloud certification. Cloud is modern network engineering. It's the next um cloud just is network engineering. Network engineering, in my opinion, is kind of legacy, which is a big reason why I'm trying to get away from that and kind of try to establish myself more as a technology professional that has this prior experience, which is important, relevant, and valuable, but um, at the same time isn't uh, a one trick pony. And so in addition to Azure, which would be huge, Meraki would be big. I see that a lot. That's like a wireless cert. The LPIC just kind of generally show that you're a competent uh, Linux network admin. It's like a network admin cert. Palo Alto firewall cert, that would be great for security stuff. I see that a lot. I see these a lot, which is why I have these up here. AWS, that I would kind of put a little bit in the bottom because I think I'm actually going to move that down. Um, I've also got a project management cert up there, which I think is good to have at the bottom because I want to um, stay more in the uh, space that I'm kind of in the trajectory I'm on, which is like the engineer space, as opposed to the project management space. But as I mentioned in my last video, that can be a good part of having breadth. Um, so yeah, this one's still at the top. This one's very important. I'm gonna move the Azure one after that because I think that could be uh, pretty awesome to have as well. Um, and then um, probably the Meraki after that one. Okay, so yeah, but the LPIC definitely that one I think makes a ton of sense. It's open source, so stay tuned for that because I want to do some video series on that. I can make that a part of this channel. So yeah, that I think that's what's coming next. All right, so now let's focus on the final question here, or the final answer to the question uh, that has been discussed in this series. The question is, what is an experienced technology professional? And then to name the top 10 most important things for an experienced technology professional to know. So the final thing is understanding uh, of quality assurance processes. Okay, so we can ask it to the AI. We don't even need to have good grammar and stuff, it figures it out, but I like to just do that as a matter of principle, just to be clear. Good communication is important. All right, so to gain an understanding of quality assurance processes, there are several things you can do. Number one, start by reading up on the topic. You can find many articles, blog posts, booklets, and other resources online that explain what quality assurance is and how it works. Okay, so I'm going to type in another question. Name some, there you go. The next thing is to look for practical examples. Try to find case studies or examples of quality assurance processes in action. This can help you develop a deeper understanding of how quality assurance works in practice. Okay, so this is something as well. Name some, yep. Okay, look at this. We got links to everything. It's so good. ChatGPT 4, I don't think provides you with links. So yeah, this is still a really solid one to use. All right, number three, take relevant courses or certification programs. Many organizations offer courses or certification programs in quality assurance that can help you gain the knowledge and skills you need. So I actually don't know what certifications there are for quality assurance. So let's ask it that. Okay. And then we've got more to this answer here. We've got number four. Attend workshops and conferences. Workshops and conferences are excellent opportunities to learn from industry experts and network with other professionals in the field. I feel like I definitely need to be doing this more. I hear this a lot. Now, the really exciting thing is you can do this online, like through Zoom and all that. Like, so yeah, I feel like this is something I definitely need to add to my career that is missing is these conferences, workshops, these meetings of professionals, especially if they're online. I just need to be kind of all over that in a way that I haven't been. I really haven't been to any of these. And networking, like meeting people. And that doesn't mean putting on a suit and shaking hands and looking someone in the eye. It could mean going on Zoom. It could mean signing up to give a presentation. It could mean all sorts of things. All it means is to be a part of these gatherings of professionals in some ways. I don't think I'm doing that right now in a way that I need to be. All right, the next, so let's do this. Let's do this. Um, Name the top 10 conferences for experienced technology professionals. So good. So good. All right. So the next one is participate in online discussion forums. Many online discussion forums and communities exist for quality assurance professionals. Participating in these communities can help you to learn about new developments and best practices in the field. So that's a good answer too. Reddit /r networking is a really good one for networking. This is for enterprise networking. There's all kinds of different networking data center. These are usually hierarchical designed networks. There's also CLOS design networks, which are more data center. So um, yeah, it's a specific community. But here's the thing. There's probably one for quality assurance. Yeah, so here we go. Software. testing. So yeah, that's always a good answer. I'll include that um, in the links or in the description. Okay, so six, shadow an expert in the field. Continue. Consider asking a more experienced quality assurance professional if you can shadow them for a few days. This can give you a first-hand look at how quality assurance works in an organizational setting. So if you don't know somebody, I think a good strategy for this is just go on YouTube and see if you can shadow someone. If somebody makes a video about what it's like on there. Now you got to be careful when you're using YouTube or any social media to use it safely. Um, the, on YouTube they have recommendations that they give you. They have shorts. Shorts is the worst thing. Um, so there was a company called Vine that put out these shorts, and Vine went bankrupt. And for some reason, that idea of having short, rapidly played videos just caught on despite the original company that developed it going under. So, we've got TikTok, we've got YouTube, we've got Instagram. They're all doing this strategy of shorts, and it's designed to have you stay and scroll endlessly and to do what advertisers want you to do so that you see their advertisements and you buy their products as opposed to what you want to do, which in this case might be finding some information about a quality assurance professional job role and seeing a job shadow for how it actually works in an organizational setting. Um, I do say going on YouTube and finding videos like that is good, but with the caveat and the warning that you don't get addicted to scrolling on YouTube and you don't find yourself for hours doing things that are not in alignment with your best interests. And unfortunately, I will say these platforms like YouTube, Twitter, everything else are designed specifically for that, for decoupling your own intentions and your own the way you spend your time from from your own intentions, decoupling that and aligning it with what advertisers want, what the platform wants. So there's a few things you can do. I think I've mentioned before. Here's all the extensions I have. Extensions are, I think, absolutely important. The most important one I would say is, um, I don't even see it on here, um, but there's one about shorts. Here it is, YouTube Shorts block. This is absolutely essential because those shorts will get you every time, especially if you're like me and you have some ADHD that you're kind of in a spot in your life where like you kind of need to get that figured out. Um, Shorts are just gonna eat you up, and you're gonna spend hours and hours watching shorts unless you have this shorts blocker. Another really important one is Unhook, because it manages your recommendations. So I only get a few recommendations. They're pretty good. Like, I'm pretty interested in them. I'm fairly happy on a scale of like 1 to 10. I'm at about a 6 for like satisfaction with like what I watch on YouTube, which usually I'm at a 1, and I just feel like I have this addiction and kind of my life is out of control based on like what I watch on social media. So it's because I have all of these extensions that keep my attention aligned with my own goals. Another thing I do recommend is disabling history on your videos, because what it'll do is it'll snipe your attention away with these addiction algorithms with this content that's designed by people who are some of the smartest people in the world using AI uh, to get your attention. So, like, what it does is it takes your attention onto this sort of video. using these manipulative techniques, and then it records your watch time, your history, and then it uses that to justify sending you more and more and more of that kind of content. So you don't want your recommended content to be based on your watch time, because your watch time is based on how well your attention can be decoupled from your own intentions and onto the intentions of advertisers or the platform. And that is the rub, that's what they're good at doing, and that's what the AIs basically are trained to do. So I recommend disabling that. Then the recommendations are based more on what your subscriptions are, what you actively search for, those sorts of things. And I think you get much, much more relevant recommendations, and you get recommendations that are less potent as well, which I think is really important. If you Even if you're getting good recommendations for things you really care about, there's a point where implementation is what matters. And if you just watch content all day, um, at the end of the day, you really haven't done anything. So, information matters. But in the end, if you don't do anything with that information, um, time has run out. You're working against the clock. You're trying to do something. If you spend all that time just learning about that thing and never implementing what you've learned, the clock runs out. All right, so that's it for this series. Um, so I'll include this answer, some of these articles, just kind of spitballing, saying what's on my mind. Sorry I couldn't have the video on, but I just wanted to get this series done, and this was a good way to do that, I think. So yeah, that's it for this series. So the next plan I have for this channel is to um, knock off some of these other um, these sort of certifications. The courses I'm not gonna worry about so much. So yeah, the courses are a part of the certifications for the LPIC. There's a free course um, offered. You have to pass two exams, Exam 101 and Exam 102. Both are $200 each, so it'll cost you $400 in two exams. It's kind of like the CCNA, how it used to be with there used to be two exams, ICND 1 and 2. It's kind of like the same. It's very similar to the CCNA. So yeah, that's the plan for the rest of the channel, to kind of diversify myself a bit, not get pigeonholed, pick up some certs in Linux fundamentals, in specialized cloud software like Azure, in specialized wireless management software like Meraki, some security stuff like the firewalls, Palo Alto firewall cert, DevNet. That's a good one too, because that'd be good for like remote work. So yeah, just oh, special specializing in sorry, there's a sound that I've never heard before. Oh, I think maybe it's a notification or something. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.